Hi guys, I'm Kayla. I am a body piercer. I've been piercing for about 9 years and it's going to be 10 years in February. So today I want to talk about how to tell if a studio is legit. Here are a couple signs to look for when you're trying to tell if a studio is legit. Number 1 is a bloodborne pathogen certificate or city license, or maybe both. In the United States, not all states require a tattoo artist or piercer to have a city license, but I'm pretty sure all of them should have at least a bloodborne pathogen certificate, and that should be the case pretty much all around the world. I work in Orange County in California. This is what an Orange County city license looks like. The city usually mails this to body art practitioners, which would be a tattoo artist or body piercer. The license states, "The body artist practitioner noted below has successfully met the body artist registration requirements as set forth in the California Safe Body Art Act, California Health and Safety Code sections," the section numbers. This registration is valid for 1 year, and that's mostly the case for all city licenses. Next is the bloodborne pathogen certificate, and some of these can look a little bit different because there are different companies that offer the class. This one is mine. It's an older one, and usually it's rainbow colors, but my printer only had blue left. You can take this online or in person. This one is from an online, and that's why I printed it out. And the case is the same. It is only good for 1 year. In a nutshell, the bloodborne pathogens class is basically teaching us how to be sanitary in the workplace. So it is a good idea to make sure that your art practitioner, piercer, or tattoo artist has this present. The second sign to tell is if they're using gloves. Gloves are important for sanitary reasons. Pay attention to who's wearing gloves and what they're touching with their gloves. So there's 2 reasons somebody might be wearing gloves. 1 would be to handle a clean task, and 2 would be to handle a dirty task. A clean task would be somebody setting up or preparing for a tattoo or piercing, and this could be them also doing the tattoo or piercing. Dirty task would be to be breaking down that, throwing everything away after doing a tattoo or piercing. What you don't want is them to do a dirty task and then do a clean task with their gloves. This causes cross-contamination. The third thing to look for is packaging. Everything should be sterile and sanitized. For a tattoo, tubes and needles will be packaged. For a piercing, clamps, jewelry, and needles should be packaged. This is what a brand new package looks like. This is non-used. There are indicators here for 2 different types of sterilization. This first one is steam sterilization, and the second one is chemical sterilization. These little indicators will change color depending on what autoclave they were used in. There are a couple different machines that sterilize or sanitize our instruments. The first one is an ultrasonic. It doesn't necessarily decontaminate our instruments, but it does vibrate really rapidly so that it can remove any debris. It is a helpful step when cleaning instruments. An autoclave is really the machine you want to ask about. It can be a steam or chemical autoclave. I personally only have experience with steam autoclaves. They work with high pressure and high temperatures. And we use this special packaging so it doesn't melt or catch fire. So how knowledgeable is your tattoo artist or body piercer? Do they answer your questions thoroughly and clearly? They're not dodging around answers. Being in a studio can be really intimidating at first, so it can be useful to bring a list of questions prior to getting your tattoo or piercing. That might make your experience a little bit easier. Always remember to get their business card afterwards so that if you have any questions about healing, you can contact them later on. And last is a portfolio. Whenever a friend or client has questions about a tattoo artist or piercer, I always recommend them to look at their portfolio. Most tattoo artists and piercers will have a portfolio available, and in that portfolio they'll have a variety of images of the work that they have done. If you're unsure about a tattoo artist or piercer, a portfolio is a good place to start. If you're not 100% sure about a tattoo artist or piercer, make sure you look at their portfolio and be 100% if you want work from this person. Alright, I think that's pretty much everything. If you have any other tips, please feel free to write in the comment section. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!